it's like blink of an eye, it's 30 some more years. So when people ask me how old I am, I still tell them I'm 30 something. It feels that way anyway. So, after spending 30 some more years in this space, I'm very fortunate that financially, I have gotten money issue out of the way. That for generations, if I'm going to manage my money well, for generations, I don't have to ever work. And so, just like many of us, that the last couple of years, that we witnessed the change around the world. That at the beginning, I'm like, what can I do? I'm just one person. But there was a voice that came down and says, you know what, we need to all do something. That there's more of us out there that need to come together. That we need to be the voices of hope to humanity. And so I had a tough decision to make, and that was, was I willing to walk away and resign from something I built hard for many years, for more than a decade. And so it was easy decision for me because I got the money issue out of the way. And I had to really took a deep dive and ask myself the question. If I was continue to just collect the check and do nothing and be nothing, or was I willing to put away all that to really truly start something new? Something that actually brings hope to humanity, that all of us coming together collaboratively to change the world. And so obviously the choice is the latter one, that I decided to do that. It was an easy decision for me. But the last year, it hasn't been an easy journey. And I say that because I want to share this, that I have traveled, I really forgot how many cities I went to the last year, launching 3. And I could tell you this, what I've witnessed around the world is that people, there's something the last couple of years have done to humanity, that there are a group of people that there's a group of people that wanted more, but just didn't know where to turn to. But at the same time, I also witnessed there's a group of people that just kind of lost, kind of give up on hope and kind of lost that optimism about life. And it was that through the last year of traveling, meeting different people, that further confirmed our decision. A group of us coming together, our decision of doing something new. Because when we all came together, that spark of us coming together and spreading that mission and that passion around the world, it is us collaboratively to help wake up humanity. To say, you know what, we are a lot more than we think we are. There's hope, there's idealism. I want you to think about this. Way before this whole thing called a pandemic, way before all this happened, that most people, humans, have this optimism, this idealism. You know what? When I wake up, there's hope. I can be something. I dare to pursue the dream. But after all these years of lockdown and dump down, people felt, I feel like sometimes humanity's been dumped down, has been controlled down. And so, but us coming together, I see people are happy, people have hope again. That spark really is very fulfilling. 有一个感觉就是从心里面发出来的，就是一个 I don't know， 就是一个 I can't describe it using words, but I could tell you it's very fulfilling and very meaningful journey the last year. I tell you, was it easy? No, the last year wasn't easy. Just to start something brand new, and that I'm going to touch upon in part of this training. It's a lot of times in life, when you quote and quote on top of one mountain, whatever profession, whatever career you've got to be, that you're on top of the career, on top of the mountain. For you to want to climb another mountain, then what must we do? We have to what? Loksana, climb down the mountain, and then what? Climb up the mountain. And most people, it's so easy. I will tell you this, you could look around, very few people in this world, let me put it this way, very few people in this world to have made hundreds of millions of dollars that are willing to go climb down the mountain, go in the trenches, and then step by step, I press the button, then step by step, there we go, okay, I got it. So step by step, and willing to go in the trenches and then climb up the mountain. I know. I mean, you think about it. What are some of the people you know personally that have made hundreds of millions of dollars, USD, not ringgits? Okay? I mean, I want you to think about that. How many of you? And at my age, I'm almost 60. You know, so 1 year away from 60. And so how many people are willing to do that? And I'm really proud, not only myself. I have groups of entrepreneurs with me that are older than me. They are over 70 years old. Mr. He Ping is 70 years old. He Ping, you know, how many of you went to Hong Kong convention in last month? You know, He Ping has not been home yet. He's roaming around Greater Asia, Greater China. He hasn't been home after Hong Kong. He's roaming all over China. So when you have a group of people that have made tens of millions of dollars and yet willingly to go back to the trenches and to work this, it's not a one-person thing. It's a group of people that truly want to come together to want to make a positive impact to the world. You know, how many of you are saying that, you know what, 賺錢, like when you make money, it's one thing. You know, you could make in life, you can make money, or you can make a difference. Or you can do both. Now, Malaysia, would you like to do both? To make money and to make an impact and make a difference to the world.
Yes.
That's what 3 is. So what I'd like to do, is this lightweight? Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about today, because actually, you know why I'm here in Malaysia? Besides, I had a bet with Patrick. I said, if your team does certain volume, if the country of Malaysia does certain volume, I'm going to come to Malaysia. Well, you guys did it. And then my husband was planning all this stuff for my birthday, which was yesterday. And he planned everything. And I'm like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I gotta go to Malaysia. He goes, what? It's your birthday. I said, it's fine, you know. So I flew over here. It's sometimes in life, you just gotta, you know, just when the calling came, you just gotta do it. And he goes, honey, I planned everything. But I'm really blessed to have a husband that's extremely supportive of my work. And he goes, I said, no worries, when we go back, we'll celebrate. So I celebrated my birthday here in Malaysia. So there we go. Okay, now, so I want to say this, is that I want to talk about today is because a lot of times many of you got into the platform, and not only you guys, but most people in this world, once they got involved, they're like, what do I do? Like, how do I go about talking to people? So what I like to do is really go back to the very beginning. After 30 years in this space, I really want to share with you the 3 fundamental things about success, okay? Now, success is pretty elusive. You know, some people measure success as the money that they make. Some people measure success as, you know, the meaning, the fulfilling things that you got in your heart. Some people measure success as whatever impact you do this world. So whatever that is, we are going to blend that in there in this platform called 3. Okay? So we're going to talk about today the what. Okay? So the fundamental success, number 1 is the what. I always actually, okay. So the what, right? Number 1. Number 2 is the why. Number 3 is the how. What is it? Because we talk about this thing, success, this thing called 3. So would you like me to kind of share with you the what? What is 3? What is this business platform? Would you like to know?
Yes.
Okay. Now, and the why. And then last but not least, the how to. Okay? So I think if I were to summarize this fundamental success into 3 elements, then I'm going to dissect it in each element to help you to gain a better understanding. So, can you all tell me, what is 3? This platform called 3. What is it?
People.
It's a people business. Purpose. It's an e-commerce business. Okay? It's all good. But I want to say this in such a way that's relatable to you, so you'll be much easier for you to go share with other people. Okay? So, because When you have the right perception of what it is, when you have the right understanding of what it is, then you could listen to what it is, have a better understanding, digest it, internalize it, and then integrate it so you can go out there and talk to other people about what it is. It's that process of understanding what it is and doing it and sharing it, it is a daily practice. How many of you exercise every day? Not too many. How many of you walk every day? I know you walk every day. In Malaysia, I walk every day. I'm just like walking is so hot out there. Okay, so imagine walking, yoga, meditation. Whatever it is that you do, it is a practice, a daily practice. So when you understand, I want you to temporarily, during this session, forget about what you know about 3. Remove all that. Kind of have a fresh canvas, okay? And look at what it is. Because once you get a better grasp of what it is, a better understanding, better perception, because from perception, it forms that belief system in you. Because your perception is backed by your belief. From belief, it will influence you into actions, okay? So, what it is, 3, it is simply a platform. But what is it that we do? We are basically in a business that has the hottest trend, what humans looking for right now as we speak. I want you to think about all of us, especially after the last couple of years, this thing called COVID, whatever, right? Last couple of years, what are people looking for? Number 1, health. True or not true? We want to be healthy because you can have all the money in the world, but if we are not feeling the vibrancy of life, it's stagnant. You know, sometimes when people are in pain or they're not healthy, all they wanted to forget about all the money in the world. All they wanted to have is their health back. True or not true? So what it is that we're doing, we are the hottest trend is what? What hottest trend of what? Of human needs right now. Number 1 is health. Number 2 is what? Freedom. Think about it. What the last couple of years, what do we want? We want freedom. Now, because of what took place, most people, this last couple of years, some people work from home. They got so used to doing Zoom. They want to have the freedom of making money, number 1. They want to have the freedom of what they choose to put in their body. And number 3, they want freedom to go where they want. So freedom to be liberated is one of the basic human needs. True or not true? Yeah. Would you like to have freedom to choose what you put in your body, what you eat, what you think, what you speak? That's freedom, isn't it? So these are 2 biggest trends, wellness and freedom. Now, we don't want to go, this is not about politics or anything else, but freedom of being human. Freedom in how you want to make money and what you think. And so how do you make money? Let's think about that. Especially after the last couple of years. That people are looking for freedom to go, you know what? This model that we've been taught, what we call brick and mortar. What is brick and mortar? I think Chinese call it 实体企业，对不对? Brick and mortar is like, you know what? Now, how many of you know that? How many of you own a traditional business? Show of hands. 传统生意的老板啊. Okay. When you own a traditional business, it's brick and mortar. You have to have employee. You have to have a physical office. You have to, store your product. That's called brick and mortar. You have to 实体呀. You actually have to have something to offer to your client can see. Well, what do people want these days? Well, that's what we were taught, the brick and mortar business model. Well, what if there's something called, in Chinese, it's called 黑体业. 黑体业, that means you are no longer, I don't know how to say that in 轻创业, okay? 轻创业吧, okay? That means if there's a way, I want you to imagine, if there's a way that you are no longer bound by brick and mortar. You are no longer bound by a physical location to stock bunch of product, to have employee. If there's a model like that, would it be exciting? So forget about anything you know about network marketing, multi-level, remove all that. If there is a 轻创业 that allows you to go cross exciting. So what three is basically a business platform that they do all the research and development. They do all the global logistics. They do all the administration, all the product registration, all the heavy lifting that a traditional business have to do. So what am I? I'm just someone go out there and share what 3 is about. Is through 3, they provide the cutting edge products that help people with the wellness, of the well-being, staying healthy. And then the other part it fulfills is the freedom. I want to make money without being tied to a brick and mortar, without being tied to a physical location, without tied to a lot of investment. I want you to think about this. Here in Malaysia, you have franchises, right? I did some Google when I came up here. I had some notes. Like with, what's a famous one here? 7-Eleven, right? McDonald's. What are some of the local franchises that I Googled and took a screenshot?
Zeus Coffee. Zeus Coffee.
Yeah, good coffee. I was Googling and I said, oh my gosh. Did you know that when you own a franchise, not only do you have to pay a franchisor, you have to pay the franchisor a fee to get started, right? And you have to have capital requirements before you can even get a franchise. And number 3, what do you have to do? As you make money, you have to pay a percentage of your profit to the franchisor. Okay, now that's a normal brick and mortar. Here, what does it mean? 什么意思？亲戚业 Okay, what does it mean? Instead of me having to invest a whole lot of money, all I do is this. There's a coffee Old Town Coffee. Old Town Coffee's franchise, right? I was looking it up because I love Old Town Coffee. Well, you know what? It costs 650,000 ringgit minimum as a startup capital. And you have to pay, I think, 150,000 ringgit as a franchisor fee. And as you make money, 你每一个月赚钱, you have to give a percentage to the corporate headquarters. Now, I want you to think about this. What if there's a company with cutting edge product, with science? We actually have our own R&D, research and development. Dr. Dan does all that stuff. Most of the supplement company out there, it's called white label. What does that mean? You go to a manufacturer, you tell them this is what I like, and they will patch your name on the product and white label and give it to you. We are completely different. So coming back to this, so we are in the 2 biggest trends of truly living a freedom life and having products to help people with their health and wellness. Okay? So that is a 1-2. Now, the difference is this. For example, if today you open an Old Town Coffee, okay, you invest 650,000 ringgit. 你看你的店, you open $1 million ringgit, let's just say approximately, okay? You have to sign the lease and all that stuff. Okay, $1 million ringgit. And then what? If you want to open, where are we? Are we in PJ or are we in KL?
Yeah.
We're in KL. Let's just say that you want to open, let's say that 50 miles from here, you want to open up another white coffee, okay? Now, what do you have to do? You have to pay another fee to open up another location. What if you, let's say that in Ipoh, you also want to open up a white coffee there? What do you have to do? You have to invest money to put it there, right? Now, what is that difference between Henke, meaning our model is this. All you have to do is share. Say, listen, I put a little tiny investment. I told my friend about this, that I'm in the biggest trend of helping people having that vitality, staying healthy, and have an opportunity to make money from the comfort of your own home without a whole bunch of investments. That's all we do. Don't get too complicated. So by me telling, let's just say that I have a friend in Ipoh, okay? I tell them about this business, they go, oh, I really like it. They are the one that put a little investment, they join your platform, and then your friend told another friend in Penang. They also want to get started because they want to be healthy. They also want to be a part of this global e-commerce. Global e-commerce is a huge trend right now happening around the world. So they also want to be part of it. Did you have to pay something? No, they paid, they got involved. Now get this. When that store in Yibo, when that store in Penang, when they sell some product, get some customers, what happened to your business? You get overriding commission. That is a major difference between us and the traditional business model called brick and mortar. 实体企業，實體企業。Are you guys understanding this? When you tell people, how many of you came here to build a business? Show of hands. Okay. If you come here to build a business, I hope this message gets through to you. Because a lot of times, when people come in, they go, oh, you have to take my intern now. It is so good. Oh, my friend had a hole in the face, and then the hole got closed. Oh, you gotta do this. They have a lot of knee pain, joint, and then after they do this, they don't need knee pain. Those are great testimonials. But if you want to do the big picture, you gotta know how to get to people. Find out we'll talk about the how-to in a second. So I want to paint a picture of you understanding what this whole thing is about. I am not a research and developer. I'm not a medical doctor. I do not know anything about science. I have Dr. Dan. Are you guys with me? I am not a global logistics specialist. I don't want to handle all that stuff. If I do, I will be CEO. But I want them to do the heavy lifting. I don't want to do that. So all I do is I share what this platform has. Okay? What does this platform have? Two of the biggest trends. Cutting edge product for what the human needs are, health and wellness. Proactive, something that this industry had never seen before. Technology that's not even out there, except through us. Okay? The other thing is, the trend is Hengtongyi. Something that disrupts the traditional model of brick and mortar. Okay? And it's global. So that's all I do. So when you understand in which it is what we do, we build a global distribution channel. I want you to think about this. In my career, I have customers. I have hundreds of millions of customers that I've built over the years. I want you to look at me. I am just a doctor's wife. How can this little girl from her home have hundreds of millions of customers? If I were to go get customer myself, I will be old and gray before I even get a million customers. Are you guys with me so far? Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand the concept of what is good. You know, you don't underestimate. When you talk to a few good people, those few good people, they talk to a few good people, they go to people, before you know it, you could have a global business. Who would have thought? Now, in my career, my business has spread to over 200 countries and territories. Have I been to 200 countries and territories? No. Do I know all 200 countries? No, I don't. I can even pronounce some of them. But who would have thought? A lot of people, especially traditional business people, they could not fathom how, they just cannot, most traditional people cannot comprehend how big this is. I still remember in my career, in the beginning, there were times when I was talking to this, big business people in China, right? They go, you too slow. I have a couple of hundred stores throughout the country. I put it there, I go faster than you. I said, let's see. I could tell you, a few years into that opportunity, we become $1 billion brand. That company that has a couple of hundred stores, they're not even $1 billion RMB. A lot of times people don't understand the power of this platform. So I want you to look at this one. What I just shared with you is really a big picture. So a 30,000 view of what kind of business am I? You are not in a business of selling product to somebody. You could if you want to. So if you come here to want to make some small money to get some customers, sell some product, maybe eventually when we're on the ground, which is hopefully it's pretty soon, has some good news for you guys shortly. But when you're able to sell some product. But when you sell some product, you make a little living. How many of you want to come here to really truly make a fortune? There's no guarantee, but there's guaranteed possibilities. Okay? So the two biggest trends, right? Freedom of lifestyle. Number two, of health. It's a human needs right now, right? So, the why. That question, what is the what we should talk about? What is the why? It is your why. Why are you doing this? Because when you go and share this with other people, your why is very important. Now, you have to identify what your why is. I mean, in the beginning, bless you. In the beginning, you might be like, you know what? I just want to make, my job I no longer feel secure, or I wanted to diversify another stream of income. So whatever your why is, you have to identify that. Because when you share with other people, it is not three that they sign up with. It's perhaps through your story, your why, tying to your perception of what this picture is. That's what people come in the business. Okay? Now, so what is your why? I don't know. Can someone share with me your why? Real quickly, what is your why in this business? Anybody want to raise their hand and share? Anybody? Okay, yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Okay.
My why is actually to build global business. I have a lot of friends overseas, but we never touch base regularly. So I think this platform is great. I'm also helping other people know our good products. So Pacifica.
Thank you. Okay, now hold on. I want to really okay. Sarah, you have no idea what you volunteer for. Okay. Okay, that's fine. No, joking aside. Okay, now Sarah. So that is a very superficial layer. That not right or wrong. So to really make that impact, most people say, I want to come into passive income. I have a lot of friends, and I can help my friends. That's good, but it's not deep enough. That why to go, you know what? So tell me, what is the true reason why? Is it, do you own your own business, you have a job, or what?
I do. I have my cafe.
Okay.
Tired.
Aha, okay, now let's talk. Okay, all right. You have your own cafe.
Michelle knows.
Okay, where's your cafe at?
In Johor Bahru.
Okay, so you have a cafe, and how long you have your cafe for?
3 years.
3 years. Oh wow, you started when it's lockdown, pandemic. Okay, all right. So how's the cafe going on? What's your life like with the cafe?
It's very hectic and not enough time for myself.
Okay.
I'm an IT consultant, actually, project manager, business analysis person, and I decided to just give it a go. Just to try something new because I get bored easily, so I like to challenge myself. So, didn't know this is going to be a tiring business. Back pain, leg pain.
So you actually work in a cafe?
Yeah, I work too.
You work in a cafe too?
Yes.
How many hours?
It depends. If I have staff working, then I can rest and relax. Met Michelle when I was really in the estate IT. So I had to work non-stop, almost 3 months, Michelle. I didn't have any break, not even a single day.
Wow.
So I was literally waking up tired and almost crying because I had to work.
Because you couldn't find staff or what?
They were there, but yeah, coming and not coming and go.
Now, how many traditionalists out there? Can you relate to her story? Okay, good. Now, so it was the money good? Working all those hours? Okay. So now your why. Okay, that's good. Step number 1. Okay, I got a better picture of your work. Now, so what do you hope to do? If you could, like your wish, right? What would you like to see yourself doing? If money's no object, what is it the next 6 months or the next year or 2 years? What would you like yourself? What do you see yourself if you were to call it success in life? What might that be?
To be closer to my parents because they are old, ailing now. Especially my mom. My mom is she had 2 strokes in the last few years, so the help and her motivation to live actually is not very good.
Okay.
She thinks she just want to die. So even though she's okay, but I think it's just her generally maybe being a woman after the menopause, she didn't really recover after that, especially after the stroke.
Okay, so want to be closer to your parents, okay? And then what else for you? Healthy.
Yeah.
Good, okay, and then?
I want to be able to travel the world without thinking of can I afford about it.
Okay,
I have friends all over also, and my daughter is going to go to Germany,
okay.
and it's very expensive for Malaysia.
Yes, for everywhere else too. Okay, so do you think doing whatever you're doing in a cafe, would you be able to travel the world and fulfill that dream?
At the moment, honestly, no.
Okay, so even if you work like even harder than whatever you're doing, you double work harder. Do you think? So let's just say you double work harder. Do you think it's gonna provide that lifestyle for you where you can travel the world without worry about money? You can be closer to your parents, and if you don't have to work, you know what, you need to be spending time with your parents. You can do that with your cafe. Do you foresee that even if you work double harder than what you're working now, do you foresee to have that responsibility, that lifestyle a year from now? Okay, all right. So, what do you see through 3? Like, don't limit with your logic, because most people go, well, this is small investment. How much you could do? Forget about all that. So, what would be a dream for you in this platform?
My dream would be literally meeting new people and having the freedom of income. I don't have to worry about meeting anywhere and sharing, what I feel. I think Michelle changed my life when I met her. She helped me internally as well, and she made me realize there's something more. Not just my cafe.
Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. She helped you realize there's more to life.
Yes.
I want you to think about this. Whatever you're doing in your job, in your business, that knowing that there is more in life. That's why I was getting the goosebumps. How many of you feel that? Whatever you're doing right now, there's more in life. Would you get excited more about life?
Yes.
Sarah, I want you to keep that story. See, when all of us have this powerful, heart-nudging, heartwarming story. But when we are being courageous enough to be vulnerable to share that, that's when people hear your story. So, Sarah, how much money do you think you would need to begin with, just to be comfortable, to be able to care for your parents, that not have to 7 days a week wake up and just worry about your cafe? How much money do you think you need to do that?
The thing is, I'm away from my parents. I'm about 4 hours away.
Mm.
I want to be able to close.
Got it? Okay.
So I need a place to live where we are.
Mm.
Because I live my house.
Mm-hmm.
So buying a house is not cheap where I am.
So this is what I suggest. You need to sit down. All of us. This is just a one life story, and I'm really thankful for you being so courageous. Okay, so I want you to really go back and say, okay, step by step. Okay, if you truly want to move your parents closer to you, say in the beginning, you either rent a place or you buy a place, and then you have to look at how much money that requires of you. And then how much money you would need to make to do that lifestyle, number 1. Number 2, to do the work that you want to do, which is connecting with your friends all over the world. So you have to work out all that. Because life, most people, we got ourselves into a situation. She's Sarah, right? Sarah's in a situation. She opened up a cafe. She's stuck there now, right? And so, but there's a way out. 3 is your way out. But a way out to where? That's where most people faltered in pursuing their dream, is they don't know where. They don't have clarity of what is it they want. Can you give Sarah a big round of applause, please? I would suggest to Sarah, what Michelle done for her is by just sharing with her. She hasn't made much money yet, I presume, in 3. But she already said that Michelle changed her life. It's not only sharing opportunities, that open her mind and her heart up that there's more to life than whatever that is. And there is a way out. There's hope. And here's what the disconnect is. Why is it in 3 or in any business platform, people coming in, they make 0. They make no money. And why is it someone makes $500,000 a month? We're only a year-old company, okay? No income claim whatsoever. But why such a disparity? Couple of things. Our activities, but more importantly is our having clarity of what it is that you want. So that's your why, Sarah. Your why? Your parents. Okay? Maybe part of your why is you want to get out of your situation right now. But ultimately, what's more important is how you want to live your life. You want to have time freedom to take care of your parents. You also want to have money freedom so you can travel the world, connect with friends. What a beautiful thing when you can connect with your friends, and then you can share this business with your friends. You can do the business with people you care about and love and care and want to share. So the clarity of what is you want to do. And I'll give you a really simple example. This is so crucial in life. This may be so simple, but I want to throw it out there. It's not business, but it is about action plan. I checked in my hotel. I got here to get out, checked in my hotel at 2 something. Then I know I have to get down to the lobby at 3 o'clock to come to the training. So I got to my hotel. First thing I did is I ironed my shirt, because I don't want you to see me wearing a wrinkly shirt. I ironed my shirt. I ironed my white jeans. I got everything lined up, got myself ready, bam, I'm ready to go. A friend of mine watched me do that. She goes, wow, I learned something. I said, what did you learn? She goes, I watched you, when you got in, you know exactly what you need to do. And life is like that. You just need to know what you need to be prepared for and how to execute it. I said, I need to be at the hotel, out in the hotel lobby at 3 o'clock, so I already, before I even got into my room, I already got a whole thing, a list of what to do. Bam, bam, bam. If I go, I'll be moping around the hotel room, I'll be doing this, 4 o'clock came, I won't be ready. And same thing with life. You know, most people live their life like they have forever to live. Did you know that life is a limited time opportunity? Life is a limited time opportunity. My son, he's now almost 21 years old. He's in college doing films. My son showed me a picture. I said, oh, son, send it to mommy. I'm going to print it out and send it to people. He showed me a picture of all the weeks. This is mom, it's all over social media, but I thought it was so fresh, right? So, like, of all the weeks that we have to live our lives, most of us, when we live our life 100 years old, 120 years old. And I was looking at this. Can you imagine all these weeks? These, let's just say that I put all this, these are the weeks of, like battery. You know how your battery? Life, there's limited battery. You know, your phone, you can always recharge. Our life, you take good product, maybe you have 100, you know, our jeans maybe last 120 years. So when I look at that, so let's just say that this represent, let's say this represent 120 years of age. I said, oh my God, son, if I were to cross all that, I'm like, son, I am halfway through my life. I'm 59 years old. But most people don't think about that. If you knew that the weeks, I mean, look, we just consume, I don't know, 30 minutes of training. That's 30 minutes of our life we spend together. Hopefully this hour we spend together, you open up something in your mind, in your heart. There's something more. Then it's well more than 30 minutes we spend together. Are you guys with me so far? Yes. So life in itself is limited time opportunity. Same as 3. The time that we have is limited time for this timing we have right now. We're not even on the ground yet. Are you guys, I mean, if you only get this, you get super excited. So I look at my battery chart, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm halfway through. So what are the things in life I wanted to accomplish? What makes me happy? My husband says, you know what, honey, it's okay, go. I know we plan everything for your birthday, but I know doing this kind of work makes you happy. Because you're making impact to your community. So what makes you happy? And then you need to be specific. What do I need to do? You need to make extra amount of money so that you could maybe get yourself out of the cafe business if it's tying you down. I don't know. Something that you need. I mean, it's sometimes in life it's hard. When we got into something, but oh my gosh, I invest so much money. I imagine you invest a lot of money in your cafe business. It's like, what do I do? Most people will, like I know of this lady in LA many years ago. She had her entire life saving opened a Vietnamese restaurant, and every single day. You know, gets Cantonese, then is no business. But then her overhead, her rent, her utilities, her staff keeps on accumulating. That's your traditional brick and mortar business. That's why we're different. See, when you know this, the how to gets real easy. But I want to spend time on these two first. Because once you get this, you can talk to people like that. Because it's not about, oh, I want to do some residual income, I want to talk to people. No, you have a powerful story to tell. What is your why? So coming back to here. So I look at my chart and go, oh my God, half of my life is bye-bye. Hopefully you get some experience out of it. And then what do I want to accomplish for the second half of my life? What do you want to accomplish for the second half of your life? This is where humanity so far, I think we're coming to the precipice right now of humanity's waking up saying, oh my gosh, I live half of my life. What is it I want? What kind of footprint? What kind of energetic value I want to leave on this planet Earth? You have to, something that you have to do. You know, speaking of parents, my dad is 97 years old. My dad will be 98. And I really have no idea how I did my first year in Tibet. You know, my dad had fell, and I took him home. I didn't want him to stay in the senior home. You know, because I visited him when he was recovering from his fall after surgery, and I watched what happened in the senior people home. And I watched all the parents, every day, all the elderly folks at the care home, every day, the old people would hang by the window, hoping that their children would come see them. And I told myself I would never ever do that to my father. Because when we were young, our parents never left us alone. And why is it when they get older that, you know, children get dumped in the old home? So I took my dad home. And I remember, some of you remember when I do Zoom calls, that I have one eye on the screen, I have another eye on my dad. Because my father, after he fall, I said, Dad, I have to do Zoom, 1 hour. Do not move, please. My dad would put a thing, when I'm doing my call, oh, please do my call. And he would push the card up, and I go, excuse me, Dad, come back. You know, so, but the point is, I get the blessing of having the opportunity to give my dad a beautiful home to live in. In my backyard, I have a beautiful point. It's not even my primary home. I actually moved from my home to stay with my dad until I found a full-time staff. I stayed with my dad for 11.5 months so that I could be with my father and watch him just spend quality time. Now, while I'm building a business, if I own a brick and mortar, do you think I could do that? No. I can be home doing my Zoom calls, smiling, and then eyeing on my dad. If someday I show you a picture, while I'm doing that, next thing you know, and I'm talking, I got really engaged, next thing you know, I look at the peripheral vision from my eyes. I saw my dad outside using a spray bottle, watering plants. I'm like, Dad, come back here. So I sidetrack a little bit, but I want to share with you. It's like people like at our age, you know, middle age, mid-50s or late 50s, we're facing the dilemma of our parents being elderly. So what if there's a way that you could build something, and you're young, we're young, you can still do that, and having the blessing to provide for your parents. a beautiful retirement space. I tell you, that money, that experience, even though I was away from my bed for 11.5 months, but that experience is priceless to be able to do that for your parents, for your family. But anyway, coming back to this, your why. What is your why? Only you, so when you tell people, like, folks, if I were you, Sarah, so this is how I'm going to share with people, okay? So I'll talk about how to share in a second, because she volunteered her story. So your why, because that's your story when you talk to people. So the how, this is the how. How do you go about talking to people? A lot of people they sign up, they go, okay, now what do? I have 100 lists, but I just don't know how to open my mouth. How many have that feeling? Like, it's like, what do I say? Okay, so this is what you say. Understand the how to. I got it, thank you. So the how is, what is our objective? Our objective is to find a few good ones. You don't need to find 1,000 people like Patrick. If you are lucky, you find one Patrick, you might be pretty sad, okay? So put it this way. In our business, we need to find a few good ones. What if it took you 5 years to find a Patrick? Are you okay?
Yes.
What if it took you 10 years to find someone like me? Are you okay?
Yes.
It's not me, it's the people I brought okay? So now you said that. But why is it that in the journey of finding, when you are not finding the right people, most people will quit. But know that the good ones are out there. They always are. It's a question, are you willing to go through that number? It's a total, complete numbers game. So let's talk about the how to, okay? How do you do? How do you go about doing it? My whole thing, how to do it, is that I talk to the people I know. So this is what I say. I said, listen, you know me, I've been like, let's say if I were you, Sarah, okay? I said, let's say you call, give me the name of your best friend. Just the name. Sita. Say, Sita, you're my best friend, you know my story. I own a cafe business. Instead of I owned it, it owns me. It owned me. I wake up thinking about it. I go to sleep thinking about it. Next morning I have to go out and face it too.
Yeah.
And business is not where it should be. I'm not making the money, and I still have to pay a bunch of overheads. I wanted more life because my parents are getting older. The reason I started business is I wanted more, and I really felt stuck. Until a friend of mine, Michelle, called me. That I am so grateful for her, because she tapped into something to realize that there's more to life, and there's more in life than what I'm doing. I started a business that has two biggest trends in the times we're living in. Trend number one, I'm sure you can relate, is health and well-being. Especially after the last couple of years, most people want to be healthy and to have the well-being, to enjoy life. And the number two thing is to have freedom to build a business without investing a whole lot of money. Sita, I am so excited I found this, and I want to share it with you. Would you have 30 minutes to learn about what I just found? That's all you said. Oh, I found 3! No 3. Oh my God, this turned out. I got me right. No. So you're going to say Sita, because when you open, I didn't mean to startle you, I'm sorry. So, you're going to find out what is Sita want, right? Sita. But then when you are so vulnerable, you share with, what I'm going through in my life. So when you do that, you put the guard down. Like, you're not trying to sell her something. You're telling her your story. And then, what is it that we do? Health and well-being. And the biggest trend is people want nowadays, they want a freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of making a business. Without tying to a job. So when you find out what Sita wants with your story, ask them if they're open. That's the how. Don't get too complicated. See, the minute I know our products are good. If not good, it won't be like this. If the product doesn't work, our business won't be like this. But the thing is, when you talk about product, if they don't have a need for the product, they go, okay, good luck to you. You just drank the Kool-Aid. Are you guys with me so far?
Yeah.
But you gotta learn, when you learn to connect with the human needs, their desires, that's when you gotta sell. Not only just a sale, you get them to enroll in the vision of not building for you. They are building for themselves. You got involved, Sarah? You are not building this for Michelle. You're building it for you. And you got Michelle there to help you. Are you guys with me so far?
Yes.
See, a lot of times people in this business, they like to go, oh, I got this big business owner, I'm gonna get them. And this guy, the big 老闆, I'm gonna find a 大老闆. 大老闆 said, okay, what do I have to do? Oh, sending some people, oh, I can do that. Patrick, I have a lot of friends. 大老闆, go see 大老闆. 大老闆, okay, guess what? Patrick, go talk to 大老闆. 大老闆, okay, have some friends, go talk to 大老闆. And me, 大老闆, I will not spend time in learning. I will just say, okay, Patrick, go do. Patrick, go see. 大老闆. In this process, yes, I may be able to make some side income, but I am not growing as a person in this business platform. But if you are the leader, if he's a leader in this space, he will want me, if I'm going to be long-term, he will want me to continue to teach me. I wanted to learn, I wanted to build, so that way I can grow with my check. Instead of just you as a salesperson running around chasing 大老闆's contact. 大老闆has to do some work too. 大老闆wants to make it big.
Yes.
Are you guys with me so far?
Yeah.
So coming back to now, she's a 老闆, maybe not 大老闆 yet, okay? But she's a 老闆, right? But 老闆 is here to learn. Okay? So this is the how-to. Don't get too complicated. Now, the reason why I don't go with a product approach, because if you approach people by product, talk about how great the products are, oh my God, a hole got healed, and all this stuff. What if I have no hole to heal? Then I'm saying, well, good luck to you. I don't need to take any products. I don't need to take anything. Guess what? I just lost a business prospect. But if I approach from a business standpoint, and they say no to the business, at least maybe I have a chance to get them as a customer or a user. Are you guys with me so far?
Yeah.
So now, let me talk about, so the how-to. Knowing what this is, what is it? It's just a platform. We have a business that meets the two biggest trends for human needs right now. You ask them, what your human need? What are your needs? I want to make money. I want to be healthy. Good. I have a business that meets those two trends. Right? Why? Because look at me. I own a cafe, but a cafe owns me. Every night I sleep, I think about the cafe. I got a better way to live, and I'm not, even if I work even harder, I no longer can work harder. But if I were to work harder, another year later, I won't achieve my dreams of buying a home for my parents, taking my parents here, whatever. So that's your why. You gotta identify what your why is, okay? Now, so, I wanna talk about the numbers. Give Patrick a big round of applause, please. So, I want to share with you how numbers work. I got waters all over me. Okay, good. Okay, so, now, you know that we have a binary pay plan, but without getting too complicated, I'm going to make something very simple. Let's just say that you went out there, you found 3 good people. That's going to work in business. How many of you know at least 3 good people around you? Forget about business people. 3 good people that maybe like Sarah, or maybe like some of you that have a job, but that want more in life. How many of you know 3 people when you become to open your heart? Forget about MLM, forget about networking, forget about 3 for a second. Just look into your life. How many of you know at least 3 friends that want more in life? 3. Most people do have 3, okay? If you don't know 3 people, sign up for some dancing club or something, okay? 3 people, okay? Now, so with these 3 people, you're gonna teach them to go ask them, do you know 3 people in your life that want to, more in life? Forget about changing their life for a second. Just want more. I just like I yesterday went to another restaurant. That's like that the Malaysian, a lot of Chinese. It's always teen. It's like they love teen, So if whatever that, some people like teen, some people like freedom, whatever that might be. Okay, so find these 3 people. They also know 3 people, right? So what is 3 times 3? 9. 9 people, teach them to find 3. So 9 times 3 is what? 27, 81, 243, 729, 2187. Okay? So I've done this for 30 years. This is just only 7 levels deep. In our binary pay plan, how many levels do we pay? No. Infinitely deep. It's okay. I might scare some people because I'm so intense. No. It's infinitely deep, okay? I mean, like, if you carry this one to another level, so 8 levels, like 9,000 people. And you carry another one, it's like 21,000, whatever. So I just want to keep it simple right here. Now, let's just say that all over here, that's something, that's like over 3,000 people, right? So just 7 level, but we pay more than 7 level. But I'm going to stop at 7 level for a second. So if we add all this up, that's about 3,000 people, right? Now, being in a binary, okay, let's just say that you split this. Of the 3,000 people, this is you, right? Let's say on one side you have 1,000 people, and the other side you have 2,000 people, right? We're gonna break this up, because 1/3, 2/3, right? Let's just say that it took you, I don't know, 3 years to do this, okay? Now you have 1,000 people and 2,000 people. Let's just say that you stop building. The whole team start recruiting, but they become the loyal users of the product. So you have 1,000 people on only one product, Eternal. How many CV is Eternal? 60 points, right? 60 CV for 1 box of Eternal. That means you have 60,000 CV on one side. Here, 60 CV. You look at right now. So you know how our team commission that pays past 7 level, but I'm gonna stop at 7 level. That you divide by 300 CV and 600 CV is 1 cycle, right? So this divided by this, that's how many cycles? 200 cycles. This divide that's 200, right? So 200 cycles. Each cycle is how much money? $45, right? That means 9,000 a month USD passive residual income. Do you think it's pretty comfortable? Not ringgit. Times 4.8. That's your ringgit. 9,000 a month. Now, how many of you take more than 1 box of Eternal in your family a month? Show of hands. How many of you also take Revive, Purify, Immune, Collagen?
Everything.
I'm only doing 1 product here.
Yeah.
If their whole family like mine, my dad, my husband, my son, all take Eternal. Couple of boxes a month. They all take Revive. Oh, my caregiver to my dad, she's also on Purify. She's also on Immune. So, you do the math. I'm only doing 1 product. If you were to take Purify and take Revive, then it's not 60, it's 120 CV. If it's 120 CV, what numbers is doubled? It's 18 grand. There's no guarantee. Numbers are perfect, people are not. How many of you sponsor more than 3 people so far in this room? Show of hands. You just messed up my formula. Because I'm good problem to have. So, are you guys with me so far? Now, in order to find 3 people, there's two catch right here. And I'm going to talk about that. Catch number 1. In order for you to find 3 people, you might have to talk to 30 people or 50 people. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
See, when you have that kind of understanding, because some people, everybody at different stage in their life, they're different readiness. If Sarah, in the very beginning, Sarah, you run your business for 3 years, right? If, let's say on day 1, you open your shop, if Michelle would talk to you, go, bye-bye, go away, Michelle. I'm a 老板. I got my shop. I do not want to do your business because she's excited about her future. So, different people at different stages in their lives, right? So, you gotta have the opportunity knock at the door at the right timing, okay? So the catch number 1, you might have to talk to 30 people, 50 people, or even 100 people to find the 3 right people. So the catch number 2 is what? To duplicate. To teach these 3 people to also find 3 people. Duplication is something that most people don't understand in this space, and which I'm going to talk about. What is the best way for you to duplicate? Is to get ourselves out of the way. What do I mean by that? A lot of times people come into this space, they go, ooh, I am so good, I'm going to talk to you. Oh, then no. Then your leader say, well, why don't you plug in? Why don't you plug into the system? Plug into the event. No, I'm so good. Your sponsor says, can I help you? No, I got this. You go and showcase everything by yourself. Will there be duplication? Only then. And I say this from experience. When I first got into the industry, I was called the queen of one-on-one. I talk to somebody, they sign up. I talk to somebody, they sign up. I talk to somebody. My sponsor come in, my friends don't sign up. Because my sponsor come in, I feel like he's a car salesman. Like when he talks to my friends, like it seems like saliva's drooling. Like, and I'm like, no, stay away from my friends, So I was so good, and I was closing people, and I refused to bring people to the meeting because I felt like at that time the meeting was just a hypester. That's such a hype. No, I don't want my people to know that I would do one-on-one with them. And I was called the queen of one-on-one because when I sign up people, I have over 90% closing ratio. But guess what? My business, when I stop, my entire team stops. Because there's no one teaching them, they don't know what to do. There's no one helping them present. So I was the only one doing it. So I made myself the issue. That's number 1. Number 2, my teams are not growing. Not only in size, they are not learning, they are not growing, not learning the information about the business. Because why? I was the issue. So how you duplicate business, get yourself out of the way. Imagine this, once people enroll in the business, you get them to one of our Zoom calls. We have 4 Zoom calls, global Zoom calls a week. We have Monday global Zoom call. How many of you been to our global Monday showcase? Yes. Now some of you didn't raise your hand, maybe you don't know about it. We also have Empowerment Tuesdays. We're also Wellness Wednesdays. Let me tell you why it's important. Let's say you brought me to business. I only see you. But if you say, Kim, there is a wellness talk show that with a health professional that talk about the business. So I go in and I look at, ooh, there's a lot of people. Wow, he's a professional. Do you know what you just did? You gave me another lens to look at this business. You helped me to gain believability. I now believe a lot more because now it's outside of you. I realize that this is a lot bigger than just you. So that's how you duplicate. You get your team to plug into the system. Now on Monday calls, these on the Monday calls is meant for you and your guests to plug in. Remember the example I asked Sarah to her friends, do you have 30 minutes? Then if they say yes, instead of me trying to explain it or getting Michelle to try to explain it, I'll say, listen, we have a global showcase. That's about 30 minutes. You're going to see entrepreneurs from all over the world. That's going to be showcasing this opportunity. I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to reserve you a seat. There's no seat to be reserved. I'm going to reserve your seat, okay? So that you and I will go plug in and listen to it. If it resonates with you, it could change your life. That's it. And if you are willing and open to do all that, just get your logic, yourself out of the way. Too often times we prejudge and rejudge. Just get the biggest person has to get over this. You know who? It's not your prospect. It's ourselves. That's why I took time to go over the what and the why and the how to. Okay? So now, how did I have hundreds of millions of customers? It's way past my 7th level. I just stopped here. I just let you do your own imagination. What makes you thrive? I don't know. What makes you excited? I don't know. Only you know. What is it that turns you on? I don't know. What gives you fulfilling? What gives you meaning? Only you know. You know, after making millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in this space, money just a number. It truly, but you know, if you were to tell me that 30 years ago, I said, give me all those numbers. But once you get it, go, you know, in life, this is what I come to realize. You can't chase money your entire life. When we are blessed, when the universe has blessed us, there's something even more meaningful when you're able to help impact other people's lives. I mean, I don't know, that's how I truly feel. That's why I flew over here, you know, and spent my birthday in Malaysia. Because it's meaningful for me. That when you know that by us getting together, that we're able to share the time together to open up our minds and our hearts, that there is something more. It's actually, it transcends whatever I just shared. It transcends the words that I shared. I believe everything that was shared, behind that, you got an energetic value out of that. Behind the wording. There's an energetic message I hope you do get out of this, is that you can do this. There's more in your life. Whatever you are, there is a way out. We have hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs in 3. All over 15 countries. As we speak, in different parts of the world, people are sharing this opportunity. People are online buying a product. This is fact. So I hope that you really, really learn how to understand what this is and how to tell your story. And then more importantly, know what you want out of this. Because it is when you tell people about this, what makes people move is your why. Because when you tell me, hey, you know what? I have my business owns me. I'm stuck there in the cafe. Even though I might not own the cafe, I relate to that story. And I look at my job. Let's say if I had a job, look at my job and say, you know what? Am I stuck in my job? Yeah. And you ask them, how long, if you're working a job, how many years do you think you can get out of this situation? We just have to be honest. And I suggest you print that chart out, that live battery I told you about. I'm going to send it to the thread so you guys can see that. You look at that battery and you say, you know what, wherever you are, 59 years old, that's halfway through that chart. And every day we're checking, every week we're crossing that out. Another week, crossing that out. So what do you do? In our remaining time on planet Earth, what do we want to do? Okay? So that is what I want to share. Now, here's what I'm going to do. How am I doing with time? What time is it now? 5:25. So you know what I like to do? So is this helping you guys a little bit?
Yeah.
Do you get value? I do hope that this lands in the right space for you. Yeah. So I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes maybe to answer a question. You know, because I could talk all day long, but I think what's important is to answer your question. What's in your mind? What's in your heart? There's no question, something too simple, too whatever. I'm here, and I want to be of service to you. So if anybody have any question, raise your hand, and Patrick will run to you.